Thank you, Steph. There's a real balance here. If Mattiello loses this race, his majority leader, John DeSimone, is already out. Carnevale and Gallison are already gone. So I think you're going to see a lot of pieces being moved around over the next couple of weeks.
Yep, and Eyewitness News, WPRI.com reporter Ted Nesi and our political analyst Joe Fleming have really been tracking the way these numbers have been coming in and looking at the trends as well. So what have you both been seeing tonight as far as that goes?
Well, Shannon, it's interesting. Right now, it looks like we could come back with a very similar status quo, dramatic in the Rhode Island General Assembly, dramatic as tonight seems nationally with the presidential race, the close squeaker of a race for Speaker Mattiello. Right now, it appears to us that the best bet for the Rhode Island Republicans in the legislature is to tread water, to stay at 6 Republican seats, maybe there's a real tight one there in the Senate, and stick at 12 at best in the House. Let me show you a couple of those races. If you look at Michael Marcello's race, this is House District 41. That's a race where Michael Marcello actually ran for Speaker a few years ago, relatively well known there. It's very, very close. And when you look at the numbers there, you keep hearing us talking about tonight, we need the mail ballots. We need the mail ballots. Races like that one are the reason why.
Yeah, K.O. Keeble, the House Judiciary Chairman, he's ahead by about 60 votes. Deborah Giro from Middletown and Jamestown, she's ahead by 45 votes. And again, the Speaker's down by 140 votes. So it's coming down to the mail ballots. Also a Republican seat, Representative Lancier in Cranston, he's only ahead by 20 votes. The Democrats have also picked up some Republican seats. Joe Trillo's seat, Karen McBeth's seat, Doreen Costa's seat, those have all went Democrat tonight. So the Democrats actually, if they do well in the mail ballots, could gain seats in the House this year, not lose seats.
Yeah, so again, we need those mail ballots to be able to confidently say what the General Assembly is. But even without them, we can say there's not going to be significant change, it looks like right now, at the Rhode Island General Assembly next year. But, that doesn't mean when you look more widely at politics in Rhode Island, there aren't some messages here. Donald Trump's relatively strong performance for a Republican here.
Absolutely.
Turnout looks like it will be decent.
Yeah, about 450,000 it looks like when you include the mail ballots at this time. So it's about what we expected. We expected between 450 and 470.
Yeah, so there's a lot to watch. We're going to keep tracking the numbers, but again, we really want to see those mail ballots, which we might not know about till Thursday. So it could be a nail biter for a couple of these incumbents.
You guys are talking about the not a lot of change, but the balance in power at the top is going to change. Mike Marcello was one of those guys that wanted to be Speaker, several years ago. How's this all going to play out? Well,
if taking Speaker Mattiello's team at their word that they ran a mail ballot operation that will give them enough votes to defeat Stephen Frias and remain in there, that question will now become who does Speaker Mattiello pick as his number 2 and heir apparent? There are a number of names you hear: K.O. Keeble, if he wins, Joe Shikarchi, Chris Blazewski, but I think Speaker Mattiello needs to firmly and officially win his race before that conversation will start.
Absolutely. I mean, we have a few days to wait on that. They say there's 800 ballots in the district, but you don't know how many will return. That's the big question. If all 800 will return, they feel very comfortable. But if only 500 or 600 will return, it's a whole different story.
Yep.
And Scott Avedisian got into office in 2000, so 16-year run right now.
Another big win for him.